I'm Justin Young, and he is Junard Hartley, and we are with HoopSeen.com. And Junard, we are super excited to finally roll out our 2023 schedule at HoopSeen.com. We got events all over the Southeast, and we've been putting together a schedule that I think people are going to be very, very happy about. We're going to run through this entire thing day by day. How are we doing, my friend?
Man, I'm doing well. I'm excited to get this season kicked off. A lot of talent to get underway, so I'm excited this season.
I know people have been clamoring, man. They've been texting, they've been tweeting, they've been DMing. I think I even had a pigeon roll up to my window the other day with a little note tied to it saying, yo, man, where's the schedule? But we've been trying to fine-tune some good things and working on some partnerships and some other things that we've got up our sleeve. But we know you guys have been waiting, so we're excited to roll this out for y'all step by step. So without any further ado, Junard, let's get into this, man. Let's roll this out. Without any doubt, the thing that we like starting the season out with more than anything else is the HoopSeen tip-off. We're going to do that this year. Right in March, the very last weekend of March, actually, the 24th through the 26th is the HoopSeen tip-off at Swanee Sports Academy. And it seems like year after year, Junard, that's the place where if you're a dude, that's where you become a dude. And that's where the narrative starts for a lot of players.
Absolutely. I love the tip-off. It's the opportunity for teams to find their identity and for kids to really, really begin their narrative. And a lot of the independent teams, these kids are set up more so than most to really hit the ground running in the beginning. So I really love the opportunity to see them get going and to create some matchups that you might not be able to see throughout the rest of the summer.
It is you're right. It's one of those places we see travel ball become so fragmented now, right? With brands and different circuits and different platforms. Yeah. This is the one where we strip all that away and say, okay, let's have talent play talent. And that's kind of how we've really done a good job, I think, of starting that off. You know, if you remember right, if you're watching the NBA draft in the next couple of years, we had Scoot Henderson playing the Thompson twins not that long ago at this platform.
Not too long ago.
It's one of those things where if you really do want to start a narrative, this is a great place to do it. And to your point, our media team goes hard there. We got tons of video, tons of photography, and we really want to make sure we're putting your team in a position that you can help market yourself as well throughout the season coming up. So that's going to be March 24 through 26 at Swanee Sports Academy is the HoopSeen tip-off, which should be an absolute banger to get the season started off right. Let's move on down to April. We got a busy April. Okay, and here's what's nuts. I was looking at the calendar. We don't get started until mid-April. Okay, we're going to get started April 14th through the 16th. We're going to do two events. We're going to be in Birmingham, Alabama, Hoover, Alabama, for the Bama Jam, which is ultimately the event that you want to be at in the state of Alabama. And of course, we're also going to be back in Raleigh at the Raleigh Convention Center the same day, April 14th to the 16th, for the Carolina Jam. We got to do some human cloning, Junard. How in the world are we going to pull this off?
Listen, I'm gonna try to be at two places at the same. No, I'm kidding. There's no way. There's no way we can. But I'm excited. It's an opportunity for us to show our growth as a staff, to be able to run multiple events at the same time. But just to be able to have that Carolina Jam to kind of symbolize the same culture and activity in Hoover, Alabama, we want to bring that same level of competition and high energy in the building at the Raleigh Convention Center this season. So I'm really looking forward to spearheading the Carolina Jam this season and being able to get some information flowing all over the internet and social media for Bama Jam while I'm taking care of business out in Raleigh.
It to me, the jams are really important. Going back to the idea of the tip-off, where to me the Bama Jam has been, if you're inside of our top 30 for the state of Alabama in our rankings every year, which are really important, I think, for college coaches to go look through, you've played at the Bama Jam, whether it was 17Us or all the way down to 14Us for that matter. Our team out there, Garrett Tucker and his staff this year, will do a great job in 2023 making sure we get you covered. But really, to me, the Hoover Metplex is, I would argue, my favorite venue that we use. It's not a convention center. It's a beautiful place. You got 11 courts under one roof. And it's a place where I know for me, when I look back over the last, is this our 5th, 6th year of doing this?
Yeah.
That's a place where we have guys start their stories year in and year out. And it's an opportunity for us to really see the players that maybe have been hidden a little bit. And we're looking for teams from not just Alabama. We're looking for teams from Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, really anywhere in the country for that matter. But those are the teams that we typically get. And then as we got started last year, you were there last year in Raleigh. Let's talk about that a little bit more. We had how many courts under one roof? 20 courts, basically.
20 courts. Yep, we had 20 courts. It was well represented within the state, not only just the Centerplex of Raleigh, but also Eastern North Carolina as well as Western North Carolina. So you were able to get a good variety of shoe as well as independent teams just because of the date and where it fell at. I think that if you look at North Carolina basketball currently right now, it's really, really growing and elevating from a level standpoint. The talent is really growing. So to be able to have an event in the middle of the state to really kind of cultivate those relationships with those teams and those kids, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about how big that event can become.
I agree. I think that's an event that, to your point, North Carolina is absolutely stacked with players, no doubt about it. South Carolina is stacked with players. If you're a team from Atlanta, Georgia, come on up, man. We'd love to have you up there. DMV, come down. Richmond, come down. If you've not been there yet, I'm telling you right now, I've been to suffice it. I think it's fair to say, right, Junard, I've pretty much been to every event that there has been an event over the last 25 years. I'm telling you, this has potential to be one of the most, I think, best events that we have on our calendar. The setup in downtown Raleigh is perfect. If you're a team, you can stay in a hotel. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go outside, bro, unless you want to. You can go straight from the hotel right to your games. It's an unbelievable setup. It's really close to the airport. It's a really easy drive for a number of cities. Where I think on our calendar every year, I think the Carolina Jam could continue to level up. We saw that happen last year with Team Trez, right? Like that's where it really started to begin for them. And all the players started to ultimately get scholarships as that event got started, as they won that event. So that's two of our jams. So that's the Bama Jam. That's the Carolina Jam. That's going to be April 14th through the 16th. A week after that, we're getting into what we all are excited about, and that's the NCAA Live Period. And, of course, the staple on our calendar since we've got started is the Atlanta Jam. That's going to be the April 21st through the 23rd back at Sewanee Sports Academy, the OG Live Period event of the spring. You know, one thing that I love about that event, Junard, is walking in to either side of Sewanee Sports Academy, whether it's the three-court side, you look down the baselines, whether it's the four-court side, you look at the baselines, and there's just coaches just stacked. I mean, just straight from door to door, it's the best thing that we can do. And I think this one to me is a really important event because the live periods are so, again, we're going back to being fragmented, right, with the shoe companies. This is if you're a college coach, more importantly, I guarantee you this is where you find those March Madness sleepers, whether any level that you're at, whether you're Division I, junior college, whomever it is, March Madness sleepers are born at the Atlanta Jam.
I completely agree, JY. I tell coaches all the time, the Atlanta Jam is the opportunity to really get to see the who's who at all levels. Yeah. I love the intimacy of the event that allows Division IIs and Division IIIs to really, sit side by side, arm's lengths from Division I's, high majors, Power Fives, watching the same game. Because of the matchups, because of some of the caliber of talent on certain independent teams that affords us the opportunities to line them up against the Nikes, the Adidas of the world. So it is a good opportunity for the non-Division I schools to come in, take advantage of the landscape, and just really get after the kids that they genuinely are interested in. I can't express enough how important it is for non-Division I's to be in the building for that event because it's going to be wall-to-wall talent, wall-to-wall talent.
Fun fact too. This is like a pro tip. Unsigned seniors are fantastic at this event, as we know. That's a great opportunity for schools, particularly the non-Division I level that are looking for guys that are unsigned. Great opportunities at the Atlanta Jam, April 21 through 23 at Sewanee Sports Academy. And of course, we go from the intimate event of the Atlanta Jam to the Granddaddy, which is, since, it's interesting how the landscape of travel basketball has changed so much in such a small amount of time, where 3 years ago, the Grassroots Showcase wasn't even like on the radar for so many people, right? Now, all of a sudden, it's boom. It's such a monster where last year we had over 600 teams under one roof, okay, at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to be back again this year for the second live period, the NCAA Live Period of April. And this one, you got to keep your head on a swivel, bro. You absolutely have to keep your head on a swivel for this one. We've got over how many courts? 57 courts, 56
57.
Courts? Yes.
I
mean, it's just hail that to people. I have non-basketball friends that I explain what we do. When I tell them that we put 56 courts under one roof, and they're like, they just can't even process that. And I don't know if we can process that, and that's what we do every single day. So with that event, Junard, I mean, that really has become really quickly, if you're an independent team, the preeminent event of the spring.
You know, that one event, I do not envy college coaches. There's so many courts, there's so many players, there's so many teams, talent from wall to wall, gym to gym. Yeah, I mean, it's at times it could be a little overwhelming, but
Sure.
you're absolutely right. The Grassroots Showcase, it's really becoming more and more similar, like Best of the South.
Yeah, it is.
But not to jump ahead, but the Grassroots Showcases kind of stand on its own by itself. Being in the middle of the country, it's afforded the opportunity for a diverse influx of universities to come and recruit and evaluate these kids. Being right there in Louisville, Kentucky, you have the Midwest. It's not a far commute for the Southeast region, as well as some of your Western teams. So I've loved the geographical ability to be in a centralized location for all these teams during a live period event. I think that it's an advantage like none other. So on top of that, the teams that we're starting to get in for this event are really changing the climate of the competition level. Like, it's really going to change what it looks like from year to year.
Because of the partnerships that we have in place with Ohio basketball and NCAA basketball, we've got teams that are from like Georgia, right, playing teams from Ohio, and teams from Wisconsin playing teams from Alabama. And, you know, you go down the line, like these geographic matchups that you're just not going to get as we regionalize basketball, particularly at the independent level. I think this is one of those things. But also, to your point, you know, it services every single level of basketball during the live period too, where we've seen McDonald's All-Americans over the last couple of years, and likely, you know, heck, maybe even lottery picks. I don't know. But Anthony Black 2 years ago, you know, Xavier Booker last year, Tom Izzo was there every single game. Mikey Williams, you did a great job there of getting him over to come to the Grassroots Showcase. So, you know, we've got high-level guys, social media guys, or whatever you want to call it, all the way down to players who can play Division III national championships, junior college players. So it really, with that many teams and that many courts, literally every single level of basketball will be serviced during the NCAA Live Period at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville. That's going to be April 28th through the 30th. Cannot wait. That's a must stop for anybody that's on there. We appreciate you guys watching this video. We ask that you like and subscribe and do all the things that kids tell you to go do for YouTube. We're trying to do more things here on YouTube moving forward. So we appreciate you getting thus far with us. That's our halfway point. That's our halfway point of where we're going to be at. So we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to rest after 600 teams under one roof. But then what do? We followed up with really, truly the granddaddy of them all, and that's the Bob Gibbons Tournament of Champions. I've gone to more Bob Gibbons Tournament of Champions, I think, than my oldest daughter's been alive, if that gives you any sort of history. It really is the oldest and most I think the most storied travel basketball event there is in high school hoops. It's a beautiful event. It really honors the history. If you go into Swanee Sports Academy now, we've got this huge banner of all these players that have played, and you got Iverson right at the very top. Think about the stage and all the guys that have followed since then. Where Bob Gibbons Tournament of Champions, there's so many memories that are there. You know, most recently, this is where, you know, Zion Williamson really kind of came up. This is where John Morant came up. This is where Brandon Ingram started his, you know, his upward trajectory, just to name a few, over the last couple of years. So it's been fun to really see these players come. Anthony Edwards, how can I forget Anthony Edwards and Atlanta Express, and all these great programs over the years where you played in Bob. You were a player that even played in Bob.
Right. You know? Like so it's funny, you know, you have facilities that connects basketball players around the country. Like everybody's played in certain venues, right? The Wide World of Sports for one, Boo for another, Peach Jam out there in Augusta is another location. Well, Bob Gibbons is one of those tournaments that just it connects the basketball community all the way together, regardless of age. I as a player enjoyed it, had the luxury of actually playing on the campuses where it was first started at, and playing at Carolina and Duke and the universities surrounding the triangle. But I love what we've done with the event here now in Georgia. I think that we've blown the doors off of the realms of possibilities of how much bigger it could grow. Each year we surprise ourselves, and our numbers grow every single season. So I can't imagine what the World Congress Center is going to look like this next summer, but I'm excited. Again, you know, my biggest focus going into this season was really, really heightening the competition and making sure that the talent was really, really there and present for the HoopSeen stage, and along with the association as well. So I'm expecting a huge turnout for coaches to come and see the caliber of talent that we've kind of started to gain underneath our brand. So it's going to be a really, really great show to watch this July. I'm excited. And Justin, I'm going to actually watch more games this summer, man. Like, I'm so excited about the level of talent that we're stepping to the stage with in 2023. It's going to be different. We're making a statement.
Get me hype, bro. Get me really hype. Gibbons is one of those things too, where you can just say the one phrase and just say Gibbons or Bob Gibbons, and you instantly know, oh, okay, I know what that is. And people have been doing that for 20, 30, 40 years now. So that's the beauty of it. We're doing something different this year. We are going to expand it a little bit for the middle school division. We want to make sure that we really highlight those elite middle school teams to let them get some history built up on their own, which we'll have more about that as the year kind of moves forward. But the next gen division, I think, is going to be really good. We've got some cool setups that we're going to do as well, and kind of have their own arena and kind of have their own stage within this platform of the Bob Gibbons Tournament of Champions. So it should be really fun to kind of roll that out. We'll have more on that, of course, right here on HoopSeen.com. So save the date there. May 12th to the 14th in Metro Atlanta. We're going to have you absolutely loaded. That's an event that sells out. It's sold out for decades. Make sure you sign up. If you even want to sign up today, you can do that right on HoopSeen.com/events. Let's move it down the list. This is a new event, and one that I'll hold very close to my heart. Is an event that I'm very excited about, in large part because of what it's all about and who it honors. And that's going to be the Conrad Foss Memorial. That's going to be during Memorial Day weekend down in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Conrad Foss is a guy that, when I got started years and years and years ago, was somebody that really helped me out as a young writer and scout. And as we've started HoopSeen, was a huge part as we got started. He was really the founder of the Best of South tournament, believe it or not. And he passed away, unfortunately, this past year. And so we, along with his sons, Mike and Jeff Foss, have created the Conrad Foss Memorial that we're really excited about running down in the state of Florida. We've never ran a Memorial Day tournament ever in our history, and we thought this was the perfect time for us to go do that, to really honor a pioneer of grassroots basketball, particularly in the Southeast. And if you played him, you knew Conrad. Tall, amazing white hair as he got older, and always had a kind word for the referee. And so, as you know, Conrad Foss, we want to make sure that you come out there and support that as well and be a part of that. So I'm excited for that to be on our calendar moving forward. And in Memorial Day, it's a great opportunity to be down in the Tampa area and be a part of that. So we'll have more on that on HoopSeen.com as well moving forward. Now, as we move into the summer, Junard, we talked about middle school next gen with the Bob Gibbons Tournament of Champions, but we also want to make sure we just have an event just for middle school age players. And the next Gen Jam is going to be June 9th through the 11th. What can you tell me about that event? And if you're a middle school elite or middle school program director, why does this need to be sharpied on your calendar?
This event is it's our first opening into the middle school sector to encourage you guys to start to get to know our HSA. Yeah. And this platform, from a middle school standpoint, is also allowing us to introduce these teams to us as well. So it's a lot of introduction on both ends, yeah. But I think that we're trying to find out who's who and find the narrative a lot sooner than high school. I think that growing with the kids along with growing with the game is about it. They work hand in hand. They go simultaneously. And this event is us doing our due diligence to comb through and find the elite middle school teams that are going to ultimately have the elite high school teams and so on and so forth from a level standpoint. So I am excited about the attention that we're giving to this level of basketball. And I look forward to getting the participation with it, because I think what we bring to the table in comparison to other platforms are better facilities, more organization, and we're also going to bring a variety from a demographic standpoint, pulling from the South, pulling from teams for the Midwest, DMV. We're really starting to grow and expand as a company and as an organization. And I think that's going to allow new teams and new territories to be more familiar with HoopSeen next season.
I think this is also important too, because where it sets up, we're going to talk about here in a second, for what we have planned with the Best of South as well. Again, we're trying to create these platforms for these middle school programs. Bob Gibbons, now the next Gen Jam, and of course, well, I guess we can talk about right now with the Best of South. So let's put that on pause for a second. We'll come back to that here in a minute, because we want to make sure that anybody that competes at a high competitive level understands what the best of the South is all about. It truly is the epicenter of recruiting in the summertime. Atlanta, there's only going to be one live period in July this year for travel teams to compete in. I think that's really important that we understand that. Where last year we had, 2 of them. The year before we had 3. I mean, it was insane. This year we'll go back to 1. It's July 6th through the 9th, downtown Atlanta, the Georgia World Congress Center, the best of the South. It is when you're building your calendar out, you pull out your phone, you look at the date, and you go circle it and go, that's where I'm going to start building my schedule first and foremost is with Best of the South. It is the event that you do not want to miss if you're an independent program. It's the event that you are celebrated. It's the event that you're not forgotten about. It's the event that there is no back gym because everything's the main gym, okay? You're downtown Atlanta. You're minutes away from the most connected airport in the world, okay? Right. And on top of that, every single college coach that recruits in July comes through the doors of the Georgia World Congress Center. I don't know what else I have to say.
Justin, if you didn't say enough for that particular event, I don't know what else we can say. But look, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to take it a little step further. How about we talk about how far we're gonna bring teams from a geographical standpoint.
I'm here for it.
Maybe even outside of the United States of America.
Well, we had Australia last year. Can you beat that one?
I think we got Canada. I think we might have Puerto Rico. I think we might be able to beat Australia. We might have some and these teams are really good, JY. Yeah. Like you're talking about recruitable players, Division I, some Power 5, even from the team from Canada. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Now, it's in the winter of 2022 when we're recording this. So, who knows what else can happen? To your point, we've had teams from Spain. We've had teams from Australia. I'm forgetting what other country. Oh, Jamaica. We've had teams from Puerto Rico. We've had teams from DR. And, of course, every single state. I think every single state. I don't know. I'm looking at you, Alaska. Let's get you a team down the Best of South.
Yeah. Well, I want to tap into Washington. I want to get in the Seattle range.
We have. We've actually had a team from Washington back then. DeJounte Murray, believe it or not, played in this event not that long ago. Well, I guess it has been a while. So.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Nevertheless, DeJounte Murray did play on one of our platforms back in the day. So if you're a Hawks fan, you never know who's going to be playing there. But to your point about how far-reaching this is, and the reason why is because the ease of use in downtown Atlanta, July 6th to the 9th, the only NCAA Live Period for travel teams to compete in. Why that's important is we've got all these other surrounding events that's happening in the state of Georgia and Alabama and the Carolinas. For college coaches, it is truly Costco recruiting, where you go and get one stop and you get as much as you can do. And if you're a college coach, it's a good 1 or 2 day event. We get it. You only have 4 days to go out there and recruit. It's a perfect opportunity to plant somebody in there and go find a dude. Okay, go find a guy. I've got sheets of paper that can explain the players that have played in this platform over the years, and guys that are all conference, guys in the NCAA tournament, guys are playing pros, domestically, internationally, you name it. The Best of South is truly the place that you're going to want to be at. Now, going back to what we talked about earlier with the middle school event, we're going to have our final middle school event national championships within this infrastructure. Can you tell me more about that?
So we're going to have the final stop for the middle school during the Best of the South. Okay. And I love this because it gives our middle school kids an opportunity to see what to look forward to be able to see the college coaches drooling over these kids on these courts and being excited about certain plays and writing down names, being able to be a 12, 13-year-old, to have a visual of seeing what that looks like up close and personal. I genuinely believe that it'll have a huge, huge impact on these kids moving forward. It definitely had one on me. So I love this event. Yeah. I love what it stands for, and it's going to definitely scream how independent each and every one of these teams are and what we're able to do from an independent standpoint moving forward.
I love it. Well, like I said at the beginning, get your calendar out, get your most permanent marker you have, circle those dates, July 6th through the 9th, downtown Atlanta, the World Congress Center. Make sure you're there for the Best of South. Start building your schedule with that and then work your way backwards. I'm telling you, you cannot miss it. It is something that you got to be a part of. Okay, let's wrap up the summer. Last year, we went to Virginia Beach. Last year, we partnered with the Hoop Group. It was an unbelievable event. It was our first time doing this. July 21 through the 23rd is the Grassroots Finale. We're going to be back up there again at the Virginia Beach. What was it called? The Virginia Beach Sports Complex?
The Virginia Beach Sports Complex, yes.
Unbelievable facility. It looks amazing. on film. It looks even better in person. Junard, and also like, what, 2 blocks away from the beach?
Walking distance from the beach, like literally.
It.
So the thing that I love about this event, it was an opportunity to connect the North to the South a little bit in our relationship with Hoop Group. Hoop Group does an amazing job. There's no need to explain their brand and what it is they bring to the table. So the ability to partner with them was an amazing opportunity, and to really see the talent of their teams and the depth of their teams as well. It really challenged us. And so that's why I'm excited about this 2023 season, bringing forth the same level of talent and depth in teams this season, and looking forward to have a high level event. Despite this event not necessarily being in the live period, I do believe that we'll be able to cover it extraordinarily different than everybody else with our content team. We're so personable about what it is that we do in gaining the information, putting it out to the right audience, and making sure that these kids' narratives are being displayed in front of everybody so people can make decisions for themselves. And I'm excited about just being in Virginia Beach, from a location standpoint, to finish the season with my toes in the sand, getting the water a little bit at the end of the day. So I think that this event is a great way to end the season and to cap such a long journey for some of these kids, and to be able to soak up some fun after basketball. I think that a lot of teams took advantage of that last season, and I just look forward to getting the word out and doing it for so many more.
I think also, too, it really kind of reiterates a point that we've been trying to make this year, is that we really want to celebrate independent basketball. We know that there's talent at the independent basketball level, no matter like whether you're sponsored or not. Like, great, awesome. But basketball isn't necessarily dictated to a brand. Independent basketball, we've seen it. We've seen it for the last decade, that some of the very best basketball players compete at that level. We want to celebrate that as well at the Grassroots Finale. So a couple of housekeeping notes. Make sure you go to HoopSeen.com/events so you can find our entire schedule. We haven't even talked about our Cup Series, which is more of a hyper-local series that we have set up throughout the Southeast, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. We have events throughout that as well. Also, go to HoopSeenW.com for a full slate over there with our partners at ASGR. We got a monster slate with the girls division as well. So you can go check that out. We haven't even talked. We've got a couple things up our sleeve that will eventually roll out as well through HoopSeen.com that we're really excited about. That sometimes you just got to keep those good things on the back burner until the time is needed to roll those things out. But that being said, Junard, where can people reach you if they want to learn more about our HoopSeen schedule?
Man, so please, first, you can reach me on all social media platforms. I'm HoopSeen Juju. Please hit me on the hotline. It's 470-266-8866. Text, call, do both. I'll be sure to answer and contact you as soon as I can. But please, don't not make a decision without having a conversation with us. No. I really want to share this information. I really want to make sure you guys are putting your team and your kids in the right situation to be successful and to really, really start that narrative the right way this season.
Our goals are really simple. We want to help put your guys in college, number one, okay? We want to provide a safe platform that's going to be competitive. And we want to make memories for your teams, for your parents, for your players, and everybody that follows your program along the way. That's it. We're really simple. But that's our goals, and that's what we try to do. And that's, I think, that we've been able to do that really, really well for the last decade. And, man, we cannot wait to see what 2023 holds. For Junard Hartley, our VP of Team Operations, I'm Justin Young with HoopSeen.com. We cannot wait to see you in 2023. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.